Hi, I make homemade dog food for my dog and have been for about 9 months now. I have a beautiful Belgian Malinois that's getting up there in years. She's about 10 and I want to make sure that she lives for a very long time. This probably all started because she just didn't like to eat, didn't care about food at all. Could take it or leave it. And I hated that. And then as I began to do my homework and read about the nutrition guidelines for dog food, I realized that once it's steamed and boiled and processed through the plants that it goes through, our animals just are not getting the nutrition that they need. This is a labor of love. If you're not committed to this, don't start. It's something that they love very much, and so if you do this one time and then try to go back to regular dog food, you may not have a lot of success with that. They're going to be disappointed. I'll list this real quick for you, and then I'm going to show you some things. But the recipe is that I do that lasts me 3 weeks is 2 whole chickens, and I boil those for an hour and a half. I use 4 pounds of white rice, minute rice, Sam's. It saves me a lot of money. I use 4 pounds of sweet potatoes. It is very important that you understand that they have to be peeled. Any kind of peeling is bad for your dog. So you boil them and you peel them and chop them up. Okay, and then we've got this is just a frozen bag of mixed vegetables. There's broccoli, cauliflower, and carrot in there. We have a dozen eggs, boiled. I have a big bag of squash, and this was a frozen. I do fresh when I can, but honestly, this can be a time-consuming thing, so I do what I can to cut back on time. Right here I have boiling is carrots that are boiling in the chicken broth that came from the 2 boiled chickens. That is just, my dog likes carrots. So it's the shredded carrots. I add those extra. In this pot, we have a 3-pound roll of ground turkey and chicken livers. So the 2 pots of here that you see here are both the chicken broth left over from the 2 chickens that I boiled. And so I just use that, the chicken broth, I just use that as the water to boil all of the vegetables in, everything. I boil the eggs in it and everything. Just another time-consuming thing that I have found that really works for me. Instead of switching out pots and fresh water to boil, and plus I think it probably makes it taste better. So I'm going to debone this chicken now, and we'll be back to show you how. Just give you a couple of moments of watching that process. It can be, if you have a meat queasy. It can be a little gross, but it's boiled, it's completely cooked, but she gets skin and all. So I just literally just start pulling, and it just falls right off the bone. But you have to make sure that you get all of the bone. The cartilage is fine. She can have that. The veins, the skin, she needs all of that. I can tell you that the difference has been unbelievable in the 9 months that we have been doing this. And the funnest part is that she just really enjoys eating. We are done deboning the chicken, and that's what that looks like. So that is my 2 boiled chickens, my 3 pounds of turkey. Just get the roll again, the 3-pound roll of ground turkey, and then the 2 pounds of chicken livers, chicken hearts. It's up to you, up to your dog, whatever. So we have that. I just put 4 cups. So rice, the way minute rice is cooked is 1 cup of rice, 1 cup of water. 2 cups of rice, 2 cups of water. So I have 4 cups of rice in here. I'm gonna add 4 cups of water, stick it in the microwave, I think for about 5 minutes, and it'll be good to go. I have 4 cups of rice that I have that I've cooked. It's a little dry, but I'm gonna add some of the chicken broth. So we're just gonna start putting everything together. So I am just going to slide all of these vegetables into the pot that's got the fresh, they were raw carrots, so they needed to cook longer. These are frozen vegetables, and so they don't have to cook but 3 minutes. I've had the raw carrots. They take quite a little while to get soft, so I let them boil for about 10 minutes before I add the frozen vegetables that have already been, kind of steamed down. So we are going to add a little bit of water. It's the chicken broth that I cook the chickens in, time saver thing, and it just makes, less pots. I can do this in 2 pots. I'm going to pull this meat out of that pot so I can do my sweet potatoes in that pot, because this one's getting too full. I forgot to mention a very important part of the ingredients of the dog food is spinach. I put a whole bag, I guess a pound, 10 ounces, whatever. You can do what you want to. So here's my vegetables that are boiling. I boil them a little longer than 3 minutes just because they're soft, to soften them up. But I'm just gonna throw this bag of spinach right in on top of the boiled vegetables, because spinach only takes like a minute or 2 to cook. And so I'm just gonna put it in there and let it get a couple of minutes of boiling, and it'll be good to go. But it is a very important nutrient for your dog. The iron that they get out of the spinach is wonderful for them. And let me just show you what I did. There's been times that I have noticed that she will eat all of the food and then like spit out the green beans or something like that. And so I went ahead and just mashed up with my potato masher, my handy dandy potato masher here. This is the vegetables in the chicken broth. And so you've got your spinach and broccoli, and I just kind of mashed it up a little bit. So quite so easy for her to spit out. So I'm gonna add the these 2 cans of vegetables to this, again, just to increase the size of the batch. So it can make it through the move. So when I do my boiled eggs, once they're peeled, just a quick squeeze, like that. And it can be fun for the kids, if you want to get them involved. A lot of homework. Did a lot of homework and did a lot of reading, speaking with veterinarians, checking out the U.S.'s nutritional guidelines, which are crap, really, in America. And, they legally can use dirt pellets to basically cut dog food with. Did you know that? Yeah. By the time it hits that can, there's barely any nutrition left. If you have a dog that has allergies, this is a wonderful thing for them. You might have to omit something or add to. And as you can see, we have a huge batch. Once I get this all mixed up, I will put it into 1 gallon Ziploc bags and put them into the freezer. And this batch right here, because I did is so large, it's gonna last me probably 3 weeks. She's about 45 pounds. She's a big eater, and I think I feed her once a day, and I think I feed her about 2 cups. It's about 2 cups of food that she gets. But she has dry food down all the time, just like to munch on. I have found that it's easier to just dig in with your hands to mix it all up. So that's what I do, is get it all mixed together, and then we transfer it to the gallon-size Ziploc bags, and put it in the freezer. Pull and take it out as we need it.
Mama loves you. I'm making your food. Yes, I am, and you're on camera. Say hi, everybody.
So that's who I do it for. It's all about her. Come on in. So we are done with our homemade food, and as you see, we have 4 large Ziploc bags, and that probably weighs at least 5 pounds. So she's getting an extra special big bowl tonight, and she loves her supper. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you find it useful.